Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, everybody. 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning, first day of school holidays in WA Perth. I'm Sal, and I am wanting to cover with you this morning three main areas that have affected and improved my life and the life of my families for quite profoundly. So mind, body and soul, that is what I'm wanting to cover. Good morning, guys. Hop on. This is really interactive, so comment and tell me what you think and how I'm going. So I'm very nervous about doing this. This is something that is so far out my comfort zone, but I'm doing it because I have got some really important things that I'm wanting to discuss with so many people to improve their lives, because what I've been doing with this in my life has had an enormous effect. Mind, body and soul. So good morning. I'm having a cup of tea though to keep my throat right. 7 o'clock in the morning on school holidays morning. Mind, body and soul. So any of you that know, I am passionate about creating grounded, resilient, well-adjusted children, reach their full potential and fly. And my journey on this has had a huge impact on the way I am having to conduct and run myself. So, and the path of it has led me on to helping mums, dads and children lead a fully fulfilled life. So a life full of fun, happiness, joy, prosperity. That would be the life that I would like to live. More to the point, who wouldn't want to live a life like that? Like a life where you and your family and your children live a fully fulfilled life. And the three main areas are your mind, your body and your soul. And so over the next 3 days, today, tomorrow and Wednesday, I am going to delve really deep into each one of those. Today I'm going to delve into the mind because that's my favourite. Mind and mental fitness and mind control and centering is my favourite part of it. Tomorrow I'm going to delve right deep into body, what we feed it and how we go. And then the third day is quite a tricky one, but I feel it is one of the most important, and I'm going to delve into the soul and our spiritual side of things. So these three areas of our life are interconnected. And they are dependent and they need to function on each other. So if you have a good, strong mind and you have a spiritual awareness and awakening, quite a good spiritual awareness, but your body isn't looked after, your body will get fat and lazy or thin and lazy, and you won't have enough energy. So that won't work. If you have a good, strong body and a good strong mind, you work on those two areas, but your soul is in tatters, you would feel like there was something missing, like you wouldn't feel truly fulfilled. If your body was strong and fit and your soul you had a good spiritual awareness, but your mind wasn't strong and fit and flexible, then you would often feel nervous or anxious or fractured. I've been there before, I know. So our body, our mind and our soul, three really important areas of our life. And if we can work with those three areas, then we can live our life at optimum. So the first thing that I'm really wanting to discuss is my favorite thing, the bullshit filter. Okay, right, the bullshit filter. So any of you that have children or that have anything to do with children, like 7, 8, 9-year-olds, they are the best bullshit filter you can ever come across. So if you can handle the answer, ask one of these children what you feel their opinion on you in one of these areas in your life is. So just ask their opinion, what they think, where they think you're at, if you can handle the answer. Because kids are the best bullshit filters you've ever come across. So if you want a real answer, they haven't been tampered with like us adults, and we think, this way or that way or whichever way. The children really give us the raw, hard, honest answer, which is pretty cool. So the bullshit filter, and the reason I am doing this is because my children know when things are bullshit. Our 4 boys, my husband and I have 4 magnificent boys, and any of you guys that know me personally know how passionate I am about my boys, or how much my husband is about his boys. But I know that when I am telling the boys to do something and I'm not doing it myself, they know. They know. They know when mum is talking bullshit. They're not allowed to say it, but they do know. So an example would be beer. Well, I love beer. I love wine. And our eldest, who is just coming into his teenage years, hasn't quite happened yet, but I'm sure it will. Darling, really, I don't think drinking's a good idea, especially, but if I'm drinking, that's just bullshit. An example would be chocolate. Okay, youngest, Dara and Patrick, both love sweet stuff. So boys, a little bit less chocky, don't eat too much sweet stuff, but their mum polishes off a block of chocky when they're all in bed. The kids know that. It's bullshit. A big one in today's society is the phone. So our eldest has a phone, and the kids love technology. They're not allowed on it very often, but they love it. And if, this one's on the phone, that one's on the phone, everybody's on the phone, and I am at Seamus to get off the phone and stop being on the phone, but he looks around and there's dad and mum both on the phone all the time. That's just bullshit. To say something and not to do it, to tell somebody to do something and not to do it yourself is just bullshit. So that is powerful in itself, because if we are wanting something for our children and we're not doing it ourselves, that's bullshit. So this is why I'm stepping so far out of my comfort zone to have a crack, because I reckon what I have got to say is going to help so many people in their lives. And what I'm wanting to do today as well is make sure you realise I am not telling you all these things that I do in our life to impress you. I'm telling it to impress upon you that if you want to improve any area of your life and you have a crack at what I am doing or what we are doing, then you might get some cool results as well. So the bullshit filter, try it. Just try it. Just ask your kids, see where you think you're at. Then you can work out where you're wanting to go. So actually, that's my next thing. So if you're wanting to have a look, take a look at where you want to be and what kind of life you want. So most people in life spend more time organising their holiday, their family holiday, than they do organising their own life. How scary is that? How crazy is that? Most people spend more time and effort organising their own holiday than they do their own life. So I struggled with that because I always... I struggled with that because I had trouble putting me in the picture. So I tried this one. I took me out of the picture and I didn't think about where I wanted to be and what kind of person I wanted to be. I looked at where I wanted my children to be and what kind of person I wanted my children to be in 5 years, in 10 years, in 1 year. And because I know that the kids are watching us all the time, the good and the bad, and how you deal with it, which is more important. I thought about what I wanted my children to be, and then I realised that I'm actually leading by example. How scary is that? How crazy is that? We are actually leading our children by example. And if we don't have our own children, it's other people's children. That is how they learn. That is how they grow, is they watch and they follow and they learn and they do. So that's what I did. I had a look at where I wanted my children to be, and then I realised that is the path I need to be leading. So I love mental health, and I understand the importance of mental health, and I think it's happening today in society. Everybody is talking about mindfulness and stress and anxiety and meditation. So that is my first thing off the mark. Meditation. I have to have another drink of my cup of tea. Excuse me. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning on school holidays. All my little darlings are tucked up in bed still. They'll be over here pretty soon. Meditation. Okay, so if you think of meditation not as the woo-woo hippie sort of way that I think about it must be my age group, I'm not too sure. If you think of meditation more as mind fitness is the word I like to use. Mind fitness. Look at all these guys jumping on. It's so good to see all you guys. Mind fitness. So I think of meditation as mind fitness. So think about your body, or think about an athlete's body, and think about how they get those muscles working at optimum. They exercise them, don't they? They use them and they work out in the gym, or they run, or they do whatever it takes to build those muscles to be strong and resilient and flexible and able to work hard under duress or under stress. So if you think of your mind as a muscle, now none of this I've made up, all of this I've learned, okay? So I'm not so clever, I've just learned this, and I'm not telling it to you to impress you, but to impress upon you that if you want to have a crack at improving this area of your life, then you can have a go. Morning, guys. So meditation. So if you practice, what I've done is I now do 20 minutes meditation in the morning before I get up, and 20 minutes meditation at night time before I go to bed. I've actually found it quite not easy, but I have found the effects huge, the improvements huge. So if you don't have to think about what you're doing exactly, you just download an app. They're free, they're readily available, they are easy to use. Just put in a meditation app into your phone and have a crack at it and see what it does to you. So in the morning I do a stress and anxiety one because it helps me to focus and balance my body and my mind in my body and in my day, and it helps me to work at optimum. And at night time I do a sleep app, like a sleep meditation, a 20-minute sleep meditation. But I've always meditated because I was very blessed as a kid. When I went to school, when I was 15, in year 10, imagine this, right? Padre was his name. He was the school chaplain. Oh, I'm not too sure, priest or chaplain. Padre, we had to call him, and I didn't really like him. But one thing he did do is he gave me a tool. In year 10 exams, he made us all lie down on the ground in the new chapel that we had built, and he taught us some meditation techniques. And imagine that, 15-year-olds all there full of hormones and giggling. And I don't know if it was that successful that day, but it didn't really matter about that day. What it did was arm me with the tool to use my entire life, which I have used my entire life. Meditating every night to some description to help me to calm my mind and center myself. And I have used it when I have played elite sport, playing like for my country, and it has had a phenomenal effect on balancing me and centering me. But then I've understood in the last 12 months that amount of work that I put in has got me to where I was then. So I've dropped the clutch on that and lifted it again, and I'm now meditating twice a day, and the results are profound. So meditation doesn't need to be thought of as or kamaya, or dress in white, like Buddha, or like the monks. Meditation can just be, I haven't got time to do that in my life. So meditation can just be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you can do. Download the app. I implore you to do it. You will see a huge improvement. And like all you guys on watching, pop some comments in. Tell me what you do, because I'd really love to hear, and any of the results that you've had, because I'm not the only person doing this. So meditation, the mind as a muscle. So if your mind is fit and strong and healthy and flexible, it can handle adverse situations. So when you feel anxiety or stress or anger or any of those emotions come into you, your mind, if it is strong and fit and knows how to control those, it grabs that emotion, puts it into a chronological systematic, and works out the solution instead of letting it overwhelm you. So I implore you to do it. The results are phenomenal. But on top of that, the ripple effect. My boys watch me, not watch me meditate, but they know that I do it, and they see the results. They've seen the results, and a result is example. This is another cool story. So every afternoon, not every afternoon, I'm not the perfect mother, but sometimes in the afternoon I will finish working wherever I'm working, and I'll get in. My husband picks our kids up from school because he's so wonderful. I will get into my kitchen, and sometimes I might make them something for afternoon tea when they will, when they come in. So I don't always, but sometimes they. And I've got this idea in my head that I will, when the kids come in, I can't wait them. I've missed them all day at school. They're all going to come in. It's just going to be the perfect afternoon, and I'm the perfect mum. And does any of you guys do that? Like, I don't do it all the time. I can guarantee that. But sometimes, this is an example. Sometimes I will go, I can't wait to see the boys. And I can hear them come down the decking, and in they come. And I'm thinking of this perfect afternoon we're going to have with the perfect mother, and she's baked this beautiful food, and then we're going to go out into the paddock and do something magnificent. All right. As they walk in, Dara hits Paddy hits the wall, Colum sorts them out, the bags go crazy, there's a full-on scrap at the kitchen door. Like shit's hitting the fan. Things were going so magnificent. And shit hit the fan. And my natural reaction has gone from this perfect afternoon planned to, oh my God, these boys are driving me mad. So since, and in the past, I would have just joined in, so it would have been a great big Galvin scrap at the front door. Oh, that's a great afternoon. Welcome home, boys. This is a fabulous home. So what I'm trying, the point of this story is this meditation and this mindful and the improvement of my mind's fitness has changed this. So my reaction to this now is, not all the time, but more of the time, which is better than it was, is, hi boys, how you going? Did you have a great day at school? What can we do about this? How can I help you? So, it's just a small thing like a Galvin scrap at the front door, or it is something more important like a life crisis or a big event or, stress or all the other outward things that get impacted on us as a human being. So if we've got good balance and good focus on our minds and we have got good mind fitness, we can actually deal with a lot more. And we can think chronologically and methodically and make good decisions. So I implore you to have a crack at this meditation and call it what you want. Like meditation really wasn't something that I like the name of, but mindfulness and mind fitness I think are really what it's at. So bullshit filter done, meditation done. This is another cracker, my last one. A good quality sleep at night time. So any of you guys that have seen any of my earlier lives, I interviewed Chris Harris, the head of Youth Focus, which is a non-profit organisation that looks after the young people in Perth and helps them with mental health issues. So I interviewed him. He's a really interesting fella, but off camera, he ran through some phenomenal stuff that I didn't know. He's a psychologist, and he's been working with Prince Charles. He's worked with Prince Charles in England in earlier, before he came back to Perth. He was talking to me about serotonin, which is the love hormone in our bodies. And any of you guys that have been to anything to do with Maggie Dent, she talks about serotonin as well. So serotonin, to my understanding, is a love hormone in your body. And you can't experience that feeling of love and that lovely feeling without it. And the only way our buckets of serotonin in our body can get filled is through good quality sleep at night time. How important is that? Good quality sleep at night time. You don't get it in the daytime. And you only get it, and you don't get it if you drink too much. That's why you wake up feeling tired after a good night's sleep. So good quality sleep at nighttime fills up your bucket of serotonin, and it fills up your children's buckets of serotonin. So you've heard Maggie Dent speak. I've been to quite a lot. She talks about like rubbing the back of the neck at the checkout with your kids, you know, when they're feeling twitchy and they want to eat all that sugar. And it releases serotonin in your body. If you do not fill your bucket of serotonin up at nighttime, that bucket depletes and gets empty, and it doesn't matter what you do to release that serotonin in the daytime, that love hormone will not be there, and you spiral down into negative thinking. So it's really interesting. He said to me as well that your body will not synthesize serotonin, will not make serotonin in the daytime. So our night shifters and things like that, that's why. So, well, an example is like when we had our tiny babies and you don't get enough sleep, like sleep deprivation. So there's not enough serotonin in your body. And the next day, do you guys remember, or you're still at it, that you are crispy and crackly and a bit more agitated and you can't think clearly? It's because of your lack of good quality sleep at nighttime. So I would highly recommend and implore you to do some sort of meditation and mind fitness at nighttime before you go to sleep. So I have, and it has made an enormous impact on my life. I am not sleeping as much, but I'm not getting those 8 to 12 hours like I thought I had to. I am getting about 6 to 8, sometimes less, sometimes not much more. But it is good quality sleep. So I bounce out of bed in the morning because I am sleeping properly at night time. So it is important. This is really important. So we need good quality sleep. We need to fill up our buckets of serotonin at night time. Otherwise, we can't think clearly in the morning or in the daytime. And if we are doing it, guess who else is doing it? Our children. And that is more important than anything, I believe. Good quality sleep. Chris Harris, serotonin. These are my notes. Okay, right. So if you are overwhelmed with this whole mind fitness and mindfulness and getting mental strength and mental resilience because you're looking at the full big picture, so it overwhelms you, which it definitely has for me, then have you heard of How to Eat an Elephant? Somebody said this to me once before and it's always stuck in my head. So I often look at a big goal and I go, oh my God, there's no way I can do that. So how to eat an elephant. If you wanted to eat an elephant, if you looked at the whole thing and went, Jesus crikey, I can't eat that whole thing. If you needed and you really wanted to eat that elephant, you would need to start one bite at a time, wouldn't you? And it'll last you a whole year. But do the same with any goals that you've got. So this meditation and mindfulness, if you want to eat that whole elephant, you just start one bite at a time. So we are ever evolving. We're either evolving forward, we're evolving backwards. I like to evolve forward. We all do. That's human nature. So if we project ourselves and do it one bite at a time, just 5 minutes, just 10 minutes, just 5 minutes, and we give ourselves a point of reference to go to when we are having a stressful time, I implore you to do it because it will improve your lives. It's improved my life. All I'm speaking from is my own personal experience, and it has improved my life profoundly and the life of my family, my husband, my children, my staff, my businesses, my clients, and anybody else that I come in contact with. So I hope you guys have enjoyed what I've got to say today. Mental health and mindfulness and mind fitness is one of the most important things, and it's my favourite topic in life to create if you would like a fully fulfilled life full of happiness, joy and prosperity, and if you'd like that for your children. And the other thing that I really remind myself of is this is our one life. This is our one life. I don't think you can go to the pearly gates, we'll discuss that on Wednesday, and say, look, I wasn't really happy with the way I did that life. So can I have another crack? It's not good. Well, as far as I understand, I don't think that's going to happen. So, and we don't know if it is or isn't. So we might as well do the best we can with what we've got now and live our one life to its fullest. Because because this is it. This is our life. And what makes it so important to get cracking and do something is our children are watching us. They are watching us closely, and the bullshit filter is on. So if you want more, bigger, better, more prosperous, more happiness, more joy in your children's lives, then put it in yours. And mental health and mindfulness and mind fitness are one of the most important things that you can do and bring to your family. I've done it for ours, and I've been so happy with the results, and we haven't arrived. We aren't anywhere near where we're going to go. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's going to be a beautiful day. The sun's just come up outside there. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what I've had to say, share it on. If you think that it can help somebody in your life, then share it on. Put in some comments. I love hearing you guys. If you need to speak to me or want, just email me or Facebook message me or ring me. Get in contact with me. Pop this in, like it, share it, send it on. I've got so much to give, and I am stepping way outside my comfort zone to do it, but I think it's important. In fact, I know it's important. So if this can help you guys at all, I'd be really happy. Tell me if it is. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. for body. We're going to delve deep into body tomorrow. I am looking forward to it. All right. Love you loads, guys. Ciao for now.